do you still believe that Trump tariff is a risk? Because on most of the announcements that he made on April 2nd, he's pretty much gone back, except China. And I don't know, what is your view on US versus China in terms of tariff? And since a lot of it has gone back, of course, it seems like he's said it's a pause for 90 days, but the market seems to be expecting that it might normalize. In which case, do we still go with the thesis that there is a serious shift indeed?
Well, the thing is, Trump administration constantly sending conflicting signals. And the reason they're conflicting is that Trump, as well as the Republican Party, is basically channeling grievances, popular grievances, across a range of areas and people and groups. Those grievances are not mutually compatible. So one part of Republican movement is clearly technology and technological titans, people like Elon Musk, people like Mark Andreessen, Peter Thiel. Those people are very much globalist. They believe in technology. They don't believe in tariffs. They believe that technology ultimately will reduce marginal and average cost of everything down to zero. They are against unions. They're against the government putting regulatory restrictions on what technology can do, how much technology can propagate, but they're also in favor, for example, of universal basic income as a way of supporting the economy. Now, the second group of people are much more nationalist. They are much more parochial. Example of that will be Vice President J.D. Vance. It will be Stephen Bannon, Stephen Miller. These people are very different. They actually want to return America to 1950s and 1960s. They want U.S. to save, invest, rather than consume. They want to have traditional values. They want to almost completely close down immigration, legal and illegal, but they support trade unions. They want to have trade unions to have a stronger power. They support a lot of social spending. And the third area of Republicans, and Scott Bassett is one of them, is more traditional Reagan Republicans who concern more about government spending and government debt. They want private sector to take a leading role rather than the public sector, and more traditional conservative values. And so all of these things are in contradictions. So when people ask, is America in favor of strong US dollar or weak US dollar, the answer is both. Is America in favor of free market or protectionism? Both. Is America in favor of unions or against trade unions? The answer is both. And so what you're seeing, therefore, and that's what you're discussing, is that we constantly get contradictory signals. And the reason for that is that there is no consistency. There is no consistency in the grievances because Donald Trump represents a huge array of popular grievances across the United States that are not the same. They don't have the same ideology. But there is an objective. And ultimately, the objective is, as I said, to remake United States socially, culturally, economically. The only way you can do it, you have to remake the world. How do you remake the world? You use the structural strengths of the United States in order to force other countries to change how they spend, how they save, how they invest. And you also create a very strong unitary form of presidential government without any checks and balances, with not much of a check and balances from a judicial branch, from legislative branch. And so when people say, are we normalizing trade? Is it already behind us? Well, not really. As current account deficits go up and down, there will be whiplashes. There will be more tariffs coming in this product, in the other product, in this industry against this country. I don't think there is such thing as agreements. I don't believe there will be such thing as deals. But having said that, capital markets are a real brake on what Donald Trump and the United States can do. And so early in the year, I assumed that US tariffs will go up from 3% to maybe 7, 8%. That would not have been terribly disruptive or inflationary or retarding growth in any meaningful way. If you think of Liberation Day and stack up all the tariffs, that look like well over 30%. That's a disaster. That's completely unscrambling of the entire world, both economically and geopolitically. Where are we going to end up? My view has always been somewhere around, certainly in the last 2 months, been somewhere around 15 to 20%. We're probably going to end up as tariffs. Now, at around 15 to 20, it's still inflationary, it's still disruptive, but certainly it doesn't unscramble the whole world.